beginning to look a lot like New Year's, because Christmas is over. It's amazing to me how fast Christmas can go. I should say come and go. And tomorrow is already going to be New Year's Eve, and it's time to party and celebrate 2019 coming to an end. For me, 2019 was a good year. I started this channel in 2019. That's crazy. It's almost been a year. I think maybe it's been exactly a year. I have to check the date of that first video I ever did. If you haven't seen that first video, it's a tragedy. Don't go watch it. Alright, so we are back to some Symphony X. So, it's been a little bit since we had Symphony X, and I think it's time with Symphony X to get back to some progressive Symphony X, because yeah, I think we've had the last songs were more like ballady, which is great. I love both ballad, as you know, and I love both progressive and metal. So I like all of them, especially when they all come together. So we've had 2 ballads by Symphony X, and still no one has suggested a song that has beaten Iconoclast yet. Iconoclast is still at the top of my list for the best Symphony X songs, and maybe today it's going to be dethroned. So I kind of feel like the Symphony X reaction specifically has become like a battle of which song can take down Iconoclast for the best song by Symphony X. And you guys have suggested Walls of Babylon. Now, I'm guessing this is, just even by the sound of it, if it's coming anywhere from a biblical standpoint, the Walls of Babylon was quite a battle. So I'm guessing this is going to be like a pretty aggressive, like maybe progressive aggressive song, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's move on and see if Iconoclast can be dethroned. Let's turn this volume up so we can get the full effect. This already sounds like a... Wow, that sounds exactly like the Jesus movie that Mel Gibson made. Why can't I think of it? It's very Middle Eastern. Oh, here we go. Definitely not a ballad. Chant. Definitely heavy. Yes. I like that. Definitely a gym song already. Oh, nice double. Oh, fuck, man. Energy up here. Man, there's just something about that. In a guitar. Ooh, I like that bass part. That higher bass part. Well, I should say mid-range. Ooh, keyboard. Yes, fucking ripping. Oh, I like how the keyboard continued when they stopped. That was good. Something different. I like that. that wah, wah, wah. Damn, drummer's rolling. That was a good transition. Good transition from all that. Yes. Dude, this is balls to the wall, for sure. Something about Blood of the Riders. This would be a great track for the Battle of Helm's Deep. That's the first thing in my mind. Ooh, jun 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 jun, it was cool. Seriously, this is Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers soundtrack. Legions of what? Wow. If he's singing that in full voice, damn. Sounded good. I'm pretty sure it wasn't falsetto because I don't think his falsetto is that great. Ooh, chun 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 again. Replay. Ooh. Damn. Come on, Michael. Backing track. Wow. Here we go. Shit. Nice. Nice bass. Man. Nice. Bam, bam, bam. I could hear that coming. Fuck. Yeah, on the apocalypse. Chun 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 again. Oh, way to end it. Fuck. Oh, I thought they were gonna go double time there. One and a two and a three and a 16ths. Oh, there's the double time. I was just a couple measures off. And it's going to end like this, I know it. Ooh, halftime. Great subdivision to break it down. That was totally unexpected. Yes. That should have been the freaking background music to the Helm's Deep battle, because that would have been freaking awesome. Alright. Oh no, I think Iconoclast has been overtaken. Wow, I actually wasn't expecting that, because I just thought Iconoclast was pretty good and was going to stay in that top position for quite a while, but you commenters who suggested this song was balls to the wall for sure. Wow. From beginning to end, that thing was awesome, and it most represented a great heavy progressive song that I've heard by them so far. It had everything. It had the heavy riff. It had like breaks where you have like keyboard solos and guitar solo and keyboard solo again. It just had its nice package where it started with a home bass. It went off in a little bit of different areas, but it came back to the home bass, went off into different areas, and came back to the home bass, and ended very, very solidly. So, I mean, I don't think I have any bad things to say about this song at all, because if you noticed when you were watching the reaction, I was like smiling the whole time. Number one, it's definitely going on my gym playlist. I'm definitely going to be going to the gym in about an hour and a half, and I will be listening to this song in the gym, pumping some serious iron. So I can drink a lot tomorrow night and have an excuse. So I would say, I'm trying to think of the specific things that stood out to me. Number one, when we're talking about guitar, I've mentioned this in other videos about Michael. I've known about Michael Romeo. I didn't really know I knew his name, but I didn't ever associate him with Symphony X until I started doing these reactions for Symphony X. So when I think of Michael Romeo, the first thing I think about is this video. What can you say? I mean, the hammering. I haven't actually listened to the whole song Sea of Lies, but I've seen that video a million times since I started like listening to music like this kind of stuff, like Dream Theater kind of stuff. So I've always known him in that sense, and in this solo he's totally ripping just like you saw in the video. I mean, he is a very, very, very good guitarist. He's in the top 1% echelon of guitarists, and he showed that why he's in that top echelon in this song as well. I loved the stops. I loved the subdivisions, the transition. Remember, I said it in the reaction how that transition was really good. I was wondering how they were going to transition from the heavy to a different section, and they did it perfectly. They did it perfectly how they transitioned from that first heavy section into the next section. And in the end, they did great as well. Now, again, their lyrics are not very practical. They're Symphony X lyrics. But the difference between their lyrics in other songs that I've listened to and this song is, with the title being called Walls of Babylon and it being about an epic battle, this fits. I mean, I can have a pass for like the lyrics, the Legions of Doom, to tear down the walls, and just like that kind of stuff. Like, it makes sense like with this kind of song and this kind of outlook. But they're typical Symphony X lyrics. I will say one thing that I didn't mention in the reaction when I was watching or listening was that one thing I liked is how when they were talking about the Walls of Babylon, they had built those very like chorus or choir type like chords when they were singing, and it was like a very choral operatic sound in that like building of those chords. And I thought that was really well done, because especially when you think of like a battle, the choral sound is a very good fit for battles. Like the Battle of Jericho in the Bible, like I'm sure it's been in a lot of movies. When you think of the Battle of Jericho, it talks about how they waited outside for 7 days of the walls. I could just hear like legions of choir like scaring the shit out of whoever's inside the walls of that particular battle. And that's why I show the Battle of Helm's Deep. Like, that is such an intense build-up in that scene when the orcs are sitting there like banging on the thing and they're screaming, that sounding like lions. But they're like banging and screaming. That intensity is like what you would get with a choral sound and an operatic sound, which they utilized in the chorus and in the singing. So that was perfect fit. So it's kind of like all the stars aligned in this song, with the things I don't maybe like as much, but it fit perfectly because of the nature of the song. The composition was sweet, and it definitely, if I was about to go into battle, would want to listen to this song before I'm about to get killed or kill some people. So yes, fans, Symphony X fans, this has taken the top spot over Iconoclast. It doesn't mean Iconoclast is far below it, but it definitely took the top spot. So I'm loving it. Keep suggestion. As always, like and subscribe, and we'll see what's coming next.